Hello! Hello, everyone! Oh my gosh, hype train! Let's go! That's only the second hype train that we've ever had on this channel. Thank you all so much! Thank you for, how many months? Oh, 3 months, Syntax. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for 3 months on, Event Horizon as well. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Gun Griffin, Ghostly Feline, Farrah the Bat. Bat. Extra bats today. Hello, real person, Rob Slax, and Spice Ariel. Ah! And thank you for the gifted sub. Woo! Oh my gosh, we got. Are we at tier 2 now for the hype train? Okay, we're at level 2. Hey, Dicky64. Dicky64. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
My stones! We have a new record!
We do have a new record. Oh my goodness. Oh, welcome everyone. I have missed you all dearly. December's been a busy month for me. But, paradoxically, it's been, it feels like I'm still working even when I'm, like, taking a break. I'm still kind of in the mindset that I should be working all the time when I shouldn't. Yeah, the announcer's name that you just heard is, his name is Igor Crow. Yeah. Oh, hello, Aaron. Yeah, taking breaks can be surprisingly hard. But you have to think of it as an investment into your body. An investment into your future. Yes, I know, like... Yeah, for those who may not be familiar, Diki64 in the chat just released a wonderful 3D platform game called Lunistis on PC and Nintendo Switch. So we're just a couple of game devs struggling to relax. Oh, yeah, good job on the sequel announcement, too. I love the look of the main character. I can't wait to see what their gameplay is like and how their, like, electricity tail factors into their attacks. Alright, let me get down from here. Haha! Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Lunistis 2. Since the main character has lightning powers, it's almost a very literal electric. It's almost a very literal electric boogaloo. Yeah, we still need to pick up Lunistis. It was one of your favorite games you played at Sage. Yeah, it was mine too. So I was really excited to find out after Sage that it was going to be releasing soon. You want to say that's a coincidence, but... Perfect landing, 10 out of 10. Yeah! Oh my gosh, thank you all so much. Yeah, I wanted to stream at least one more time this month. Because, I think like the last week of December... first week of January, I'm going to be doing like behind the scenes work setting up my stream for my grand formal debut. And I'm going to have a new model and everything and like new graphics and new emotes and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right, you've seen this already if you've been on my Instagram account or on the Discord server, but let me just show everybody else. Hold on. Wow. A little teaser of my new model. And a new logo. Yeah, I've been getting some graphic design help, but I cobbled this poster together based on how my new overlay looks. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show everything. Yes, she is a bat. more Chatty Batty streaming, more real-time bat gameplay. And I'll basically I'm dropping the glam goth look and focusing like more on a racing aesthetic. And I'm just so excited. It's like a complete like palette switch from like predominantly black to predominantly white. Can't believe she's a bat. I know, right? It's crazy. That's such a huge departure from my original model. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's a bat. Alright, let me zoom in here so you can see the fun details. Hype train success. Thank you all. Yeah. I think the first thing I did before I commissioned anyone else was I made this logo. And that kind of informed the design and everything. I'm so excited. And I don't know if you notice. Let's zoom out again. But there's a silhouette in the back too. My wings aren't gone, but I can switch between like human form and batwing form. Both aesthetics are very pretty, so either way, I think I'll be happy. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I as much as I love goth aesthetic, I wanted to have a little bit of like cohesion with the racing gimmick this time. So I'll find little ways to like throw in like bat motifs still. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Retractable wings. How are my doggies? They are both sleeping right next to me. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Thank you, IceDev, for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I should put that over the image. The reason that my dogs barked because they were sleeping just now, but they are trained to run to the window and see who's home whenever I say who's that. So even if I say it in like in conversation with somebody, they'll just like start barking and run to the window to see if anyone's here. Hello, hello. Hello, Zerter. Welcome, welcome. Just showing a little teaser of my new model that I'm going to be revealing next month. Alright, where are my alerts? There they are. Okay. So now they should appear over the poster. Yeah, that's so cute. Puppies. Yeah, and I still want to do Mega Manuary next month. I'm not quite sure how the timing's going to work out. I think if I can do my debut in the first 2 weeks, then I'll wait on starting Mega Manuary until afterwards. Otherwise, I'll start playing the NES Mega Man games for like the first couple weeks. And then I'll do my debut, and then I'll start playing Mega Man X games. Yeah. Yeah, it's been such a joy working with the artists that I've been working with. Like, they're so professional and nice, and I just love commissioning artists. I'm so excited. Yeah, Mega Man Classic. That will be, I think I'll just do like Mega Man 1 through 6 for the Classic series, then jump to X. And then if I have time after that, then I can go back to the Classic series. Oh, you had a silly idea. What if someday you were to stream a prototype of Freedom Planet 2 that we haven't seen the entirety of before? That might be interesting. I could try and fish out like the earliest prototype I have of the game. You've said moist so many times, Ruffles, that I have developed an immunity to it. But hello, hello. Welcome, Ruffles. I hope Pixie's been doing well. Yeah. Okay, my doggies are back in here, taking a nap. Oh, dang it. I I tried to get the Streamlabs bot set up to automatically display my social media links, but it's still muted for some reason. I have to figure that out. Thanks, Streamlabs. I'll just post my social media account link that Streamlabs was supposed to do. Okay. There is my Twitter account that Streamlabs was trying to post. Okay, nice. She is doing well. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah, Mega Man 4 is the best one design-wise. Yeah, I could see why it has a lot of fans. I'll have to play through them all in person and see if that changes my current opinion. But like personally, I'm biased towards 6 because it's only the second NES game I ever played after Super Mario Brothers. Time to get Sash Lilac set up for Lunistis too. I think she would be too fast to control in that kind of environment. Assuming that, like, her speed is accurate to what it is in Freedom Lad 2. Mega Man 2 and 3 are the best ones because they've got the best intro themes. Yeah, it's quite fair to rank the NES Mega Man games on their soundtrack because they all play pretty similarly to each other. Other than, like, Mega Man having, like, different abilities in later games. Oh yeah, Battle Network. I love Battle Network. I think I would want to save that for Mega Manuary in 2024. And do like I could do like a Battle Network centric Mega Manuary at that point. And maybe I can dabble in some Star Force as well because I haven't played Star Force yet. What if Lunasis 2 is really 3D Sonic? It's not. Yeah. Right, yeah, and that'll be perfect too because the Battle Network collection is coming out next year, as far as I remember, and it's gonna have online play too, so I can battle with people. It's so convenient how like the Classic Series has its own anniversary collection, the X Series has its own anniversary collection, and then Battle Network will have its own anniversary collection, and also the Zero and ZX series have their own anniversary collection. So like I can play literally almost the entire franchise on Nintendo Switch or PC. I think they're all on PC as well. First time you made it here live. Woo! Welcome, iStub. Welcome. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been busy with holiday stuff. Had a lot of decorations set up around the house too. We have like 3 Christmas trees. There's the traditional big one in the living room, and then there's a small one in like the lounge area, a small green one, and then I have a small white one in my office right next to me. It's like a black and white, like gothic Christmas tree, I suppose. Oh, Star Force 2 was your first Mega Man game? Nice. I've heard the theme song of Star Force before. That was pretty nice. Time for that Mega Man spin-off collection. Modern port of Mega Man Soccer. Yeah, and the other thing I'm very surprised about is that Mega Man and Bass wasn't in the classic anniversary collection. Like, I know that they ported it to the Game Boy Advance, but it feels like Capcom has just like completely forgotten about that game. So I wonder if it will return someday. I know that the Super NES version was only released in Japan, but there's an English fan translation patch online. It's just kind of a lost cousin to Mega Man 8. You heard Battle Network Collection is going to have online PvP. Yeah, I heard that too. I'm so excited. Like, I really like the gimmick behind Battle Network, being able to like trade chips with other players and stuff. I just think at the time of its original release, it was like completely drowned out by Pokemon and other games of its ilk. So I think this could give it a new lease on life. Used to have the original Anniversary Collection with the one with the 2 arcade games. Yeah, I had that too. I had the GameCube version, I think. It was on GameCube and PS2. That was actually my first experience with Mega Man's 1 through 5 on the NES. I had played the Wily Wars before that point. To be fair, you think most of the fan base would rather forget about Mega Man and Base. Personally, I don't think it's too bad. It's just, like, very bullshitty, difficulty-wise, even more than Mega Man games usually are. But the graphics are, like, absolutely gorgeous by Super NES standards. Like, I'm genuinely surprised that they got, like, that they straight up ported Mega Man 8's graphics to the Super Nintendo. You could tell, like, they really pulled it. You could tell it was a late game. You could tell it was a game that was made late in the Super Nintendo's life cycle. Because it really took advantage. Oh, there's Streamlabs again. With, how do I give you permission to post links? I'm gonna have to look into that. Mega Man and Base is considered to be the hardest classic Mega Man game. Also your favorite Mega Man game, yeah. Nice. I've played Battle Network 1 and 2. I've heard that 3 is the best one, so I would be very interested to try that someday. Super Adventure Rockman. I've heard that Inafune like denounced that game because it was made by like a different studio, and the story takes like a darker theme than what he usually does. Tones Begrones, hello! Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, Wily Wars, actually, they had a Kickstarter recently to make legitimate, like, North America cartridges of that. Because it was only ever released, I think it was only ever released on, like, an online service in the EU and Japan. So, like, they had a Kickstarter to make physical carts of the Wily Wars with, like, working batteries so you could save your progress. And it was successful, so that's really cool. And I also believe Wily Wars was on the Sega Genesis Mini. So that's really cool. Yeah. Hello, Scatterbrain Pete, welcome. Yeah, we only started 20 minutes ago, so you're fine. Hello. And for those who are new, I'm also showing off my teaser poster for my debut, like my formal debut, because I didn't actually have a formal debut when I started streaming, but I'm gonna have a brand new model and brand new overlay, and I'm going for more of a racing aesthetic. It's gonna be so awesome. Let me push that out of the way real quick. Okay, it was released in the US, but on the Sega channel. Okay. Okay, Wily Wars was on cartridge in Japan and Europe. America only had it on the Sega channel until the Sega Genesis Mini came out. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm honestly glad that was my first experience of Mega Man 1 to 3. Because, like, when I went from playing the Wily Wars versions to playing, like, the original NES versions, like, it felt, like, really jank. But I've warmed up to the NES versions over time, and I can tell why they're beloved. Is there also a Kickstarter for Pulse Man and Golden Axe 3? Oh, I wonder if there is. It'd be cool if there was, like, a general, like, effort to, like, get physical releases of all the Sega Channel exclusives. The snow over where I am. We had a little bit of snowfall last night. We're due for like 3 days of sunny weather, so I'm guessing it's gonna melt one last time. But then after that, it's gonna snow nonstop for like a week. So after that, I think we finally have to say goodbye to the grass. But yeah, I'm gonna be busy on Wednesday because I have to drive my car into the city to get an oil change and do like general winter maintenance. But it'll be a relief to get that done and out of the way. And while I'm down there, I can like have a nice juicy burger because I haven't had one in a long time. I've been snowed inside the house. Didn't know it was a Kickstarter. Oh, yeah. Alien Soldier's another good one too. Your debut was just a sudden, okay, I'm a VTuber now, deal with it. Yeah. Same. I just, my debut involved me, like sliding down from the top of the screen. And I was like, hello. And I had a different outfit back then, but I swapped that out for a comfy sweater. Yeah. Comfy sweater. Sweater weather. I love sweater weather. I love sweater weather. Yes, winter car maintenance. I'm very glad that I have an actual garage to put my car in now, so I don't have to worry about like scraping snow off of it. It's been raining lightly on and off over there. Hope you and your family stay warm and safe. Thank you. Hope you stay warm and safe as well, Darkrai. Hard for you to tell because topspin isn't really your favorite weapon. Yeah, topspin's kind of like finicky. You have to know how it works. Also, thank you for the scritches, Leo. Oh, so nice. Y'all are spoiling me today. Yeah, thank you. You'll be back? Okay. Yeah, sweater dress thingy. I'm gonna miss your current look. Yeah, I'm still proud of the work that I was able to put in. Like, because I made this model entirely by myself, both the art and like the live 2D rigging. It was a nice learning experience, but I'm just so excited about my new model. I think it portrays my personality a little better. But yeah, I could still give like nods to the original look in the future. Like maybe have an alternate style where I bring the curls back, like the hair curls. Or like an alternate style where I bring back my classic dress. Thank you for hydration reminder, Rob. I just took a sippy. Now I shall stretch. Hold the pose. That's quite important so that you don't hurt yourself. Especially when you're my age. I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm a little bit out of shape in terms of exercising. Speaking of which, I think I've been getting a little too carried away on the treadmill because, like, the top of my left foot has been hurting really badly the past few days. So I have had to stay off of it and keep it lifted and everything. I think maybe it's not necessarily the treadmill that is the issue, but I have a habit of, like, when I walk, I step down with the front of my foot first instead of stepping down on the heel first, which is what you should be doing because the heel can carry a lot more weight. So I think it's just years and years and years of, like, tiptoeing, like tiptoe walking is finally taking its toll. So I just gotta be careful. My right foot is fine for some reason. Something Mega Man 3 is released beta or something like that. Yeah. I'll get into that once I play Mega Man 3 on stream. But it was not a finished game when it was released. And sadly, Capcom has been insistent on preserving it just the way it was when it was released. Even though to fix some of the missing features, it just takes like 1 or 2 lines of code. There are fan patches that kind of like fix a few of the unfinished features. But whatever, it's still a fun game. Please be careful. Thank you. meaning to get into yoga. Never got around to it. Oh yeah, it's quite beneficial. Like my mother is like super into yoga, and it's especially helpful when you don't have like the space for like like full-on gym equipment. You just like put a mat down, or even not even a mat. Like as long as you have a rug, it should be fine. And you just do like stretches and breathing exercises. And it's just kind of a way to like to warm up your muscles so that you don't accidentally hurt them. Oh, you need to get your elliptical out of the back room? You'll do it now so you can pedal during your meeting? Awesome. Yeah. Like, I must say, my portable treadmill has been a worthwhile investment. Because I can just put my desk in standing mode and then slide it under there. And then, like, I'll just forget that I'm walking. I could get, like, a really good workout in while I'm, like, doing morning work on the computer. Yeah. Top Man theme was your favorite theme? Nice. Yeah, Wily Wars was, like, very interesting. But, of course, like, I do personally recommend, like, playing the NES games first. Because that makes you appreciate them better. You're curious, was Murga a pre-existing water dragon engineered into a champion? Or was she created to be the water dragon champion? I imagine it to be the latter. She was, like, bioengineered from scratch. Is it true that yoga can have one breathe fire and teleport? The funny thing about that is that I heard that, the reason that Dulcium's yoga fire, like, actually hurts people is because, they think it can. So it's like his opponent's mind makes it real. The only Mega Man song you remember is Tree Man. You mean Airman? I think Capcom would do something about the infamous voice acting in Mega Man 8 and X4. I heard that Mega Man X8, like in the X series X8, has flashbacks to the X4 cutscene that uses like redubbed lines. But I guess they don't change it because they want to preserve. Like again, they're insistent on preserving the games as they were originally released, which I can respect. Yeah, mind over matter. Thank you for the ear scratches, Dark Cross. Yeah, Mega Man 8 voice acting is already flawless. There's nothing to improve, yeah. I mean, voice acting aside, I feel like Mega Man 8 is one of my, like, it's one of the Mega Man games that I enjoyed more. Like, there's so much polish put into it. Like, I'm not, like, it's got to be at least, like, higher than Mega Man 3 on my personal tier list. Because, like, for one thing, it's actually finished, and it actually had a lot of, like, polish and production value put into it. Because, like, the anime cutscenes are dope. Yeah, you adore the way Mega Man 8 feels and sounds. It's, like, so cartoony in a way very few other games are. Right? Oh, hi, Alex. Hello. I hope you're doing well, friend. I hope that your online, like, convention thingy tomorrow goes well. I want to see if I can hop in and say hi, too. Totally agreed about Mega Man 8. That's one of your favorites. Yeah, I know. Like, it gets more flack than it should because, like, everyone focuses on just the voice acting. But it's actually quite good. Like, I think the only thing that I wish that it had was I wish, like, Bass was more integral to the plot. Like, I wish you fought him more than once. I think he's just, like, the third fortress boss, and then you never see him anywhere else except in the cutscenes. And yes, of course, for both 8 and X4, which have similar like style of voice acting, you can always just play the Japanese version. Mega Man 12. I'm very interested to see what that would be like, and if they expand on the double gear system from Mega Man 11, or if they go with a different like kind of mechanic. Because I really enjoyed Mega Man 11, and notably, Mega Man 11 I think now is the highest, the best-selling Mega Man game of all time in the classic series. So they have a very good reason to continue the series. Yeah, it's very interesting too how the Sega Saturn version of Mega Man 8 had some exclusive content. And unfortunately, because the Sega Saturn is much more difficult to emulate, that's the reason that the Saturn version is not included in anniversary collections. But I've heard that like some big strides have been taken recently in Saturn emulation, so maybe someday. It outsold Mega Man 2. Yeah, imagine that. Like, Mega Man 2 has always been, like, venerated as, like, the best-selling Mega Man game of all time. And Mega Man 11 beat that. That's quite the accomplishment. Oh, really? Battle Network 4 was the best-selling Mega Man game before then? E. Sega Saturn is literally hardware spaghetti, yeah. Yeah, I had so much fun with the Sega Saturn growing up. I remember that, I remember my dad gave it to us for Christmas, and it was like our first proper 3D game console. And like, right there on Christmas Eve, when we unwrapped it, we like hooked it all up and played Christmas nights like all night until like midnight. Even though we were little kids whose bedtimes were normally at 8 p.m. So yeah, I have a very fond attachment to Christmas nights because of that experience. And that was also like my first proper race. What the dog doing? That was my first proper racing game too. The Saturn version of Daytona USA, which is nowadays it's widely regarded as being like trash compared to the arcade version. But, like, ironically, I think the simplified vehicle physics compared to the arcade version made it easier for my kid brain to, like, understand how to, like, drive a car and everything. Yeah. Yeah, the Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast is also missing. Although that did have a PC port, so I'm very interested to know why they like couldn't include the PC version. I have fond memories of playing Sonic 3D Blast on the PC. Daytona! Yeah! Ooh, that's gonna get a lot more mileage once I debut. Yeah, so I haven't played X8, but I heard it ended on a very obvious cliffhanger. And like even like the X Anniversary collection, like it even says at one point that Mega Man X's journey is not over. So it's really cool. Rolling start. Yeah. Sega Saturn, the only system that used quads for 3D. Yeah, instead of, if I'm not mistaken, that's the reason that both like the Saturn and the PS1 have like those wobbly polygons. Is because of the way that they render them. So cute that you love Sega Saturn. Love that Sega Saturn was my first 3D console. Thank you, Alex. Yeah. It was my first 3D. I remember like waiting in shivering anticipation of there being like a 3D Sonic game on the Saturn, but like of course, as we all know, there were some issues in Sega of North America at the time. So the closest we got was Sonic R, which I actually didn't play as a kid. I played my first 3D Sonic game, of course, was Sonic Adventure, on the Dreamcast, which also holds a special place in my heart. What's the dog doing? I guess he heard something. I have no idea who it could be. Hello, Elfie Faye. Hello.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? They are barking at something. Doggies. Sammy. Paige. Paige, no barky. Paige. Paige. I have to be like very insistent towards her. And like she'll go from barking at full volume like to just like very low, like a very low pitched bark. She'll be like whoop, whoop, whoop. So when I tell her to stop barking, she interprets that as bark more quietly, please. Oh my gosh. She's so funny. She's a little gremlin. Oh, thank you for the bird gag redeemed, Darkrai. Wah. Oh. Doggies. Yeah, it's fun to imagine, like, an alternate timeline where Sonic Extreme on the Sega Saturn actually came out. The way it was set up, like, with the fisheye lens and the camera perspective and everything, and, like, the geometric block layout, kind of reminds me of Bug on the Sega Saturn. Which was also one of the first Saturn games that I played. I think our first set of games were like Christmas nights, like a 3-pack with Virtua Fighter, Virtua Cop, and Daytona USA, and then Bug, and then some game I can't remember. Oh right, Astal. Astal was one of my first Saturn games too. I love that game. Very good vibes. And then also a fighting game that I can't quite remember the name of. It was something like Battle Arena Toshinden Remix or something. Waz must be dispensed. Oh, thank you for the hydration reminder, Anne. I take sippy. Yeah, Supersonic's purposely overpowered in Sonic R. Yeah, like, it's kind of funny to think about, but I think Sonic R's, like, short length, like, you can beat the game in, like, 2 hours. Like, 100% get all the Chaos Emeralds and everything. But I think that short length lends itself well to replayability. It's just so cozy, just, like, blazing through Sonic R from a fresh save file. I love the vibes in that game. It's so impeccable. Like, even though it's not like competitively balanced and like the physics are kind of wonky, it's like impossible for me to hate it. Has such positive vibes. It's like a very wholesome racing game. Oh yeah, Sonic Jam. I never played that as a kid. But I bet I would have loved it. I suppose that's the closest that the Saturn got to like a true Sonic game. Oh, thanks for the recommendation, Spacey. You got Lunasis from your friend. Oh, that's awesome, Joker. I hope you enjoy it. Yuji Nako is kind of a drama queen. Yeah, I heard he got arrested twice for like insider trading. Oof. Summer's going to be interesting, as you now have Freedom Planet 2 coming out for Switch and Diablo 4 coming out June 6th. Nice. Yeah, I'm still I'm still waiting for things to happen on the console side for Freedom Planet 2. But I'm pretty certain that we can make it this summer. Yeah. Two hours, maybe blindfolded. Yeah, like not even that if you know what you're doing. I think if you know like exactly what you're doing, then you can beat Sonic R in like 40 minutes. Yep, catchy soundtrack. I think that's kind of a recurring theme with my favorite racing games, is that they have catchy soundtracks with lyrics. Yes, immaculate vibes. Looks like Streamlabs needs mod access for posting links. How do I... Oh, right. Okay. Hashtag mod Streamlabs. I hope that does the trick. Oh, there's new Sonic Prime clips. The most recent one that I've seen is where like Sonic is fighting like the weird future tales with the spider legs. Gosh, Devin Mack's voice is perfect for Sonic. You hear the recent Cotton collection on the Switch has a pretty decent Saturn emulator. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, maybe in the future we'll see more Saturn games in like anniversary collections. That would be awesome. Keep an eye for the next Streamlabs post for you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for being such a dear friend and being on top of things. Alright, I'll take another sippy. See you later. Hyped for the redesign. Thank you, Leo. Thank you for stopping by. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited too. Yeah, I teased the redesign, Alex. I mean, I also posted it on the Discord server and on Instagram, but also I shared it on stream like this. Wow. Earlier. Yes. You'll just have to kind of like guess what her outfit is like based on the silhouette until the grand debut. Oh yeah, you are all in for a treat. It's the cutest ever. Yeah. Still can't believe she's a bat. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it either. That's crazy. That's the plot twist of the century. A batty batty. She's a bad bat. A batty batty. She could be like the rival in like a racing game story. The one who's like inexplicably like rubber bands in front of the whole pack. Yeah, I commissioned Alex for some artwork for my stream. It's so good. I can't wait to show it to you all. But yeah, I've been commissioning quite a few artists for like various stream elements. Spacey Bat used Batty Bad. Can't wait for everyone to see all the gorgeous art for her stream. Yes. Oh my gosh, everyone did such an amazing job. It's taking like everything in within me to restrain myself from spoiling things, but yeah, I'm very happy with how things are progressing, and I think the new model, like, it feels more me, you would say. Show up on your stream tomorrow. Yeah, I wanna jump in on Alex's stream tomorrow too. Oh well, yeah, a Sega Saturn Mini. A Sega Saturn Mini would be adorable. Gonna have to head off now. Always amazing to see you. Bye, Spacey. Bye, Syntax. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Alright, I'll take another sippy. Paige is still barking at something. Alright, let me take a quick break to check on the puppies and do a couple other things. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Paige! Yeah, it temporarily became Paige's stream there. And she's She's sitting right next to me, staring at me, and now she's pawing my office chair. Stop it! No, your paws are all wet from the snow. I'll pet you, but you can't be on my lap. Your paws are wet. Welcome back, cutie spacey. Oh, thank you, Alex. You flatter me so. Does anyone have any exciting things they're looking forward to this holiday season? Yeah, I think for the first time in like 2 years, we're gonna have it's looking like we're gonna have a white Christmas. So that'll be super nice. And yeah, just like sitting by the fire. Oh, that's right too. Like hopefully before the end of the month, we are gonna get like an actual like a pipe chimney installed, because we've had a wood furnace in our lounge area for like ever since I moved in, but there's been no piping for it, so we can't use it. So we paid to have some people come in and install it and like make it like fire safe and everything. But once we do, we'll be able to like have a fire going in the lounge area, and it'll turn from like currently it's like the coldest room in the house by far, but when the fire is going, it'll become the hottest. It'll be so nice. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm really excited to keep working on like debut stream stuff. And I'm also working on the Bandcamp OST release for Freedom Planet 2's soundtrack. I want to set it up on Steam too. I'm just not familiar with how to set up like soundtrack specifically, because like we have Freedom Planet 1's soundtrack on Steam too, but that was before that they added specific systems for it. So that'll be interesting to see how that has changed. Let me know if you need any help with that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Diki64. I shall keep that in mind if I have questions. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Like, I can't believe I found like 20 bonus tracks. It'll be interesting to see people's reactions to like the beta versions of some of the songs, because like they sound completely different. Your mall is dressed up too, but you've been avoiding it. It's a huge tourist spot. Yeah, I took my mother to dinner at one of the casinos that's like an hour away. We didn't do any gambling, but there's like a really nice buffet there, and they were all decked out for Christmas and everything. And I took like a photo like under like this absolutely massive Christmas tree. I'll have to like upload that to my personal account at some point. Yeah, I really get into the festive mood this time of year. Of course, I also understand that for a lot of people, this time of year can also be like a time of grieving, because life does not stop for the holidays, and tragedy can still hit just like it can any other day of the year. Like my father, for example, he lost his father around this time of the year. So he's never really been big on Christmas, but he tried his best to celebrate it with us when we were kids. And now that he has a bunch of grandkids, he's doing his best to celebrate with them as well. December's not your best month, but you're getting by. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, when the holidays roll around, I just like take a moment to think about my friends who might be struggling this time of year, especially because winter blues are like very much a thing. Because like I just feel like I want to hibernate this time of year, and it can be like very isolating if I otherwise would have travel plans. But yeah, I'm also excited for my trip to California at the first week of February. I'll finally be able to meet some of my friends that I haven't seen since Freedom Planet 2 was still in development. And like since like PAX South shut down and everything. So that'll be a nice proper vacation. I can't even remember the last time. Oh right, I do remember the last time that I traveled for fun and not for work. That I went to I went to Washington State to meet up with Woofle. Yay, the links are working again. Well, they were never working to begin with, but now that Streamlabs has mod privileges, you can see the link to our Discord server there. Haha. Yeah, December can be a very busy month as well. And costly too, because, you know, buying Christmas presents for everybody. You've been to California with your brother once back in 2016. It was fun. Went to San Fran, Vegas, and LA. Oh, that was awesome. That sounds awesome. It'll be really cool to see, like, some of the landmarks that people always talk about out of state. Like, maybe we can drive down Hollywood and like, go through the San Fran area. I don't think I'll have time to actually, like, go to Disneyland, but it would be cool to, like, drive by and see what it's like. December can be a very busy month. Oh my gosh, yes. But when it's all said and done, you just, like, relax on the 31st and think about what you want to achieve in the new year. Enjoy California. You went there for vacation this year, but Murphy's Law kicked in a lot, but it was fun. Yep. Okay, Paige is back on her antics. Paige. I don't want to yell at her too frequently because then it's going to make my voice get shut out. So I'll do my best. And if she's being really problematic, then I can, like, walk out and just, like, very politely tell her to stop instead of yelling at the top of my lungs. Oh yeah, MagFest. Like, I feel like I've said this before, but, like, MagFest is probably the reason that PAX South shut down. Because all of, like, the big industry people would, like, choose MagFest over PAX South since they both, like, ran at the same time almost every year. So I could always just like see if we can get into MagFest every January instead. But I have to figure out how I'm gonna get all of my booth equipment there, because the place I live in now does not have like a long driveway that could be used for, like, freight to come. So that might be an interesting, like, logistics issue. But we'll figure it out. Even if we have to get, like, a small 10x10 booth and rent equipment right at the convention center, then that's still fine. It's worth it to meet our fans. But yeah, good luck on the MagFest visit. Hope you enjoy yourself, Ghostly. Paige needs more hugs. I give her tons of hugs and pets and belly rubs. She's a spoiled princess. Oh, thank you, Dark Moon, for the hydrate reminder. I'll take sippy. Very nice. Oh yeah, the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go full tourist mode while I'm there. And while I'm there, it just so happens that the hotel I booked, like a 2-minute drive away, is this really, like, nice, like, gothic dress store that I've always wanted to order from, but I've always been nervous about ordering from them online because, like, I don't know if their sizes match, like, how I am in real life. Because, like, size differences are a thing when you order clothes online, so it'll be nice to go there and, like, try the dresses out in person. Want to go to that store? Yeah. You are more than welcome, of course. Oh, gosh, I can't wait to meet up. And I want to meet up with all my friends that are there. Well, I know that I won't be able to meet up with all of my friends, but, like, if anyone happens to be available the week that I'm down there, we could all go out to dinner together and have kind of an impromptu celebratory dinner for to celebrate the release of FP2. Oh yeah, across the street from Geeky Tease. I remember you mentioned that as being one of your favorite like go-to places. Yeah, I'm really excited to go there as well. Oh, the store name? It's got a French name. It's like Le Feminois. But like their dresses are like so classy and they look really comfortable too. Oh, your birthday's in 3 days. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be back 3 days from now, but in any case, happy early birthday, Alfie Faye. Hope you have a good one. Nice, nice. Yeah, we actually have quite a few Spirit Halloweens up here. Now that you mention it, Darkrai. There's 2 of them within like an hour's drive from where I am. It's kind of funny how that works out. Yeah. I'm not a gambler, like, period. Like, I don't like going to casinos to do like the slot machines or anything like that. I'm just like, I just think it's fascinating, like, just like going there to try out like all the other commodities that they have in order to keep in order to like cater to the gamblers. Like they have really, like the one that we went to, like not only do they have a really good buffet, they also have a really good like burger restaurant that I really want to go to the next time we're there. And they also have 2 spas. So I'd love to like book like a spa appointment to kind of like relax my tired, aching bones. And then get a nice gourmet burger. Now that's a good night out for me. Wow, crashes through the wall. I was wondering why there was suddenly drywall on the ground here. Hello, Dusky. Hello. I heard that you also just had a birthday. But yes, happy belated one to Dusky. You're 22, yes. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Like, I really just like going to Denny's for breakfast. It's always a nice treat. Like, even though it's like a chain restaurant, it's still nice to just have like eggs and toast or like a slam burger for brunch. You know what I like ordering there, like, most of all? I like getting their slam burger, but with like the vegetarian patty. Like they call it Beyond Meat. But what I like about it is that, like, unlike the normal beef patties, they're not like so juicy that they make the bottom bun soggy. So the bottom bun stays nice and crispy. It's so good. Oh, now I'm craving Denny's. But maybe I'll go there on Wednesday when I go do my car stuff. Yeah, Denny's is like good for like a decent meal and a decent price. But if I want to go like all gourmet, like a really, really nice burger, then like I go to a place like Red Robin. Or like a local burger joint, because they usually like put a lot more like attention to detail in their burgers. Oh, an angel bat. That's a very interesting concept. I was just thinking the other day that like my angels have bat wings. Because my mom is like very like huge on angels. She has like an angel aesthetic in her bedroom. And like I'm the exact opposite. like I have bats and skulls and like demons and stuff. It's like a yin and yin yang aesthetic, like the way that our styles contrast. So like the closest thing that I have to like angels in my room are bats. One thing you notice while in America is how there are so many restaurants you've never heard of. Poland mostly has McDonald's, Burger King, and some local ones you probably never heard about. Yeah, I noticed that too when I was living in Europe. Like, a lot of the American staples that I'm used to aren't there. Like, Copenhagen had like a few extra ones, like a KFC. But that was literally the only one in the entire country in Copenhagen. But it's a big city, so I would understand why. But other than that, I only really saw McDonald's and Burger King. And like, honestly, I vastly prefer Danish McDonald's and Burger King compared to American. Mostly because they are forced to use a different kind of beef patty. Because like there are like EU regulations about the kind of beef patties that McDonald's normally uses. I remember I used to get this burger called the Big Tasty in the Danish McDonald's. It's so good. It's kind of their version of the Quarter Pounder. And then for Danish Burger King, I really like the Angus beef. Fond memories. But I didn't really eat out that much when I was living in Europe because there's like a lot better options, like in terms of like local cuisine. Does McDonald's still serve the McRib? I don't think so. I think that the most recent time they brought it back was their last. A McRib is basically like if you can imagine like a rack of ribs, but without the bones. And then you put it like between two McDonald's sandwich buns. That's basically the McRib. I mean, it's all right, I guess, but honestly would rather just have a chicken sandwich. Yeah, like Pizza Hut too. Like there in my hometown there used to be like 3 Pizza Huts, but they all shut down like at different points in time. Like for a while there were only 2, and then a few years passed and then one of them shut down, and then a few more years passed and then the last one shut down. And now the closest ones are like in the really big cities. Oh, thank you, Joker, for the ear scratches. So nice. Yeah, I used to love KFC when I was a kid. But at some point my stomach just could not take it anymore, and I would get like food poisoning symptoms, but not really. I would just like get very queasy when I eat KFC now. Which is a shame because I love fried chicken. But there are other options out there now. Oh yeah, the Rib Witch from Simpsons. I can't say that I've been to Carl's Jr. before, but I've always been interested to taste their burgers. Because we get Carl's Jr. commercials up here in the Northeast, even though there aren't any Carl's Jr. restaurants up here for some reason. Oh, thank you for hydrate and stretch reminder, Rob. I shall take sippy. Oh shoot, I'm out of water. Let me try the other one. Yeah, still a little bit in there. Alright, and I'll stretch. Okay. Cool. You get so sick when you have Starbucks, but you never stop getting it. Yeah, my stomach is funny about caffeine as well. But occasionally I'll treat myself to like a cookie crumble mocha. from Starbucks. Oh, they're so good. I really wanted to try pumpkin spice for the first time at a Starbucks. But I never had a reason to go into town back in November. And we also had a couple of like bad weather incidents that kept me home. And pumpkin spice season's over, and I still didn't get to try pumpkin spice. But next year. We'll get them next year. Cookie crumble mocha, yeah. I don't know if that's a regional thing, but I know that they only have it like around the winter season. You need to go through a fast food cleansing period. You eat out too much, yeah. I had to go through those semi-occasionally when I ate out a lot. But I don't eat fast food enough nowadays to like warrant a cleanse. Which is good. But like usually when I did do the cleanses, I would focus on like only eating like 2 meals a day instead of 3. And I think that would give my body time to kind of like reset itself between meals. You must go now. Thank you for stopping by, Joker. Best of luck on work tomorrow. Oh, you can't eat the cookie crumble mochas since there's milk in it? Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, gluten too. Making you want to DoorDash McDonald's? I can't, like, I don't live in an area that's where like things like DoorDash are like available. Like those are only in like highly like densely populated areas, and I'm out in the woods. But I can't tell if it would be a good thing or a bad thing if I could just DoorDash my food all the time. I think I would be like very tempted to like binge on restaurant food if I was in an area where I could DoorDash. Whereas where I am now, I'm kind of like forced to like cook my own food more often. And I think that's made my diet more consistent. And I think like consistency is better for my tummy. Like my usual go-to meals are either an egg or a smoothie in the morning. I tend to alternate between the two. And then I have like either like tuna fish salad sandwich or a chicken salad sandwich for lunch. I usually have that like 2 or 3 times a week. And then for dinner, I have whatever my mother feels like cooking. Being in the city and having endless options really is dangerous, yeah. Yeah, every now and then I'll drive to the little town deeper in the woods and like eat out there because there's some nice like touristy restaurants. But not enough to feel like I want to like drive up there all the time. Yeah, you have your limits when it comes to fast food. Soccer-themed Looney Tunes figures. I vaguely remember that. That's tickling a part of my brain, like, very deep inside my memory. Yeah. Yeah, like the Funny Bones. No, yeah, Crazy Bones. Yeah, I remember like when McDonald's had the Crazy Bones thing, and every bag would have like a random one in it, like a random figure and in a random color. That was my first exposure to kind of like a gacha thing. And like I ate so much McDonald's that month when they were doing that promotion just to try and get all the Halloween figures. It didn't pan out, but years and years later, like last year, I like bought the whole Halloween set. Easy peasy. Oh, one time at Denny's, there was all-you-can-eat eggs with cheese, pancakes, and hash browns. You ate 4 servings of each. Oh, way to go. Yeah, whenever we go, like, as kids, whenever we used to go as a family to all-you-can-eat buffets, like, my dad would jokingly tell us to eat so much that he would have to roll us out of there. All-you-can-eat pancakes. I do like pancakes, but because of the sweetness of the syrup, if I eat more than 2, then like I feel really sick for the rest of the day. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember like sometime around the turn of the millennium when like Burger King changed their fries, because before then they were kind of like knockoff McDonald's fries, but after that they got a very like unique texture to them, and I remember they were promoting it with like Mr. Potato Head commercials. Yeah, too much sweets can hurt my batty tummy these days. What's really interesting about like the buffet that my mom and I ate at the casino is like I know my limits of what I can eat much better now. So I was able to fill up my plate with like 1 bite of everything that I wanted to taste, and it was nice. I felt like a food critic, like the kind who like only takes a bite of a full meal just to evaluate the taste and then sets the rest aside. Yeah, Burger King. Like, I honestly don't eat Burger King anymore, because like at some point it was the same problem as with KFC, where like I would get like food poisoning symptoms by eating their food. So for a while I could still eat their Impossible Whoppers, which are like vegetarian patties, and those were my go-to. I really liked those, but eventually even those made my stomach queasy, so I just don't go to Burger King anymore. But I still enjoy McDonald's chicken sandwiches on occasion. But like, I also don't really go to McDonald's anymore because like wherever there's a McDonald's up here, there's also a Five Guys within driving distance, and I would much rather dine at Five Guys. Their burgers are so good. I wonder if it's the abundance of grease that makes the queasiness happen. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a common like cooking ingredient in all the fast food places that is like responsible for that. Oh, there was a Digimon promotion at McDonald's? I can't remember that. I do recall that there was a McDonald's promotion, like a toy lineup, for like to promote Sonic 3. And that's the reason that Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles are separate games, is because they had locked in the McDonald's promotion and they could not afford to delay the game. So they had to cut it in half and then release Sonic 3 as it is now, in time for the McDonald's promotion. Yeah, it's very, very difficult to get things like that lined up unless you plan it like a year in advance, as I have personally learned with like console releases of our games. And it can be very difficult to deal with like the wait if you have like a product that is like completely finished and ready to go, but you have to wait for things to line up. Even though it is a smart move business-wise to have everything like released at once. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Gosh, I can't remember any of these things. Except for like, yeah, I do remember the that McDonald's also had a promotion for Pokemon trading cards. Gosh, imagine I'm trying to do that nowadays with the way that Pokemon cards like fly off shelves because of scalpers. Oh yeah, Dairy Queen. They've always had really like fancy kids meals. And I remember there used to be a Friendlies in my hometown too. But right before I moved, like I think like 6 months before I moved up here, the Friendlies shut down and it became a building used by the college nearby. Like some kind of like admissions office or something. That's really weird to me. Like that a restaurant building would be converted into something like other than a restaurant. Oh wow. Yeah, I've only vaguely like recently heard of there being a planned like fourth Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. That's really interesting how they like made progress on a video game by the time it was canceled. I'll have to look into that. Prototypes fascinate me. Is Sonic McOrigins? What? What you talking about? Oh, right. Sonic McOrigins. It's a fan game that recreates all of the like Tiger Electronics-esque Sonic toys in games. Yeah, it does seem like a lot of Friendlies have shut down. I'm still salty about Long John Silver's leaving New York. There's like, it used to be all over the place up here, but for some reason they shut down all of the Long John Silver's restaurants up here, except for like one that's like 3 hours away. And like, they're all just in Pennsylvania now. Oh yeah, I really miss Whataburger. Like every time that we took our trips to Texas for conventions, the first thing that Ashley and I would do, because we were usually the first to arrive before everybody else, the very first thing we would do together is eat at Whataburger. And since she's a vegetarian, she has them replace like the beef patty with fried onion rings. That's a very good technique for like turning any burger into a vegetarian burger. I'm tempted to try it myself sometime. But yeah, we would go to Whataburger as our very first thing on each trip. And then as our very last thing before heading to the airport, we would also eat at Whataburger. It's a Texas trip condition. I mean, a Texas trip tradition. They shut down all the Long John Silver's in your hometown because of health violations. That's also why they shut all the Long John Silver's up here. I don't know why they suddenly all became that grimy. But like, the first one we lost near our hometown, health violations. And the one the next town over, health violations. And then every other Long John Silver's in the state, like, I think like more than half of them got shut down for health code violations, and then the rest just couldn't, like, just kind of like collapsed in on themselves because of that. And there's one left, and it's also kind of grimy. I do not know why. I guess maybe because it's like a Pennsylvania, like it's like it was founded in Pennsylvania, and I guess that at some point they just kind of neglected the ones out of state. Texas trip tradition condition. Like, my dad, like, was so, like, upset about it at one point that he seriously considered, like, buying, like a abandoned restaurant building and getting, like, a license from them in order to make his own Long John Silver's building, but that would have cost, like, $2 million. But I think the reason that we were so attached to it is because we were friends with the owner of the one that was in our hometown. So like he gave us half price and everything, which was very nice. And like for my birthday last year, like not my most recent birthday, but the one before it, like my mom actually drove that 3 hours to get like 3 days worth of Long John Silver's for me. And then she drove all the way back to the house and surprised me. That was so sweet. And I ate Long John Silver's every day for lunch for 3 days. And my body hated me for it. But it's okay. A small price to pay for nostalgia. But yeah, there is like a place nearby that does fish fries every Friday. And their fish fries are reasonably close to what Long John Silver's tastes like. And it doesn't upset my stomach. So I think I'm all set now. Yeah, my mom is like so devoted to like celebrating special moments in my life. It's like absolutely adorable. I love her so much. And I still remember the day that Freedom Planet 2 released. And of course I released it at noon, which was like 5 hours before she came home from work. And when she came home, she had my favorite kind of cake, Boston cream, in her hands. And she also had like a balloon that said congratulations. And I hung that balloon up right next to my office chair. And it stayed floating for like over a month before it finally gave out. Yes, she's the sweetest. And the day after that, she got a bouquet of purple flowers. Because like purple is lilac's color. And the bouquet lasted a pretty long time too. It's the sweetest. You want killer fries? Try some in Brussels. I'll keep that in mind. Mother used to make fries by hand. She would peel potatoes with arthritis fingers and fry them in the pan. Large and pointy, topped with cheese. Oh, that sounds so good. Yeah, every now and then we'll have like baked potatoes and like scalloped potatoes. But we haven't tried making homemade fries yet. But I think that'd be fun. I think to help out, we could get like one of those like special fry cutters where like you push it into the potato and it automatically makes like the fry shapes. Oh, hello, X-Scythe. Welcome, welcome. We're just winding down with a Chatty Batty stream. It's been a while. Like, I think my last stream, other than this one, was like on November 22nd. Yeah, I've been a busy bat. Oh, and since you just got here, let me show you something. I showed this earlier in the stream. Ah. You probably already saw this if you're in our Discord server, but yeah. I'm going to have my formal debut in January. And I'm going to have a brand new model, a brand new interface, a brand new like racing aesthetic, new emotes, and new like artwork and everything. I'm so excited. Your mom used to fry homemade fries from peeled and cut potatoes, but not anymore. Probably because you're all about health these days. Nice. Racing Heart of the Wing. That's another, like, the subtitle is just something that it's similar to Freedom Planet and how, like, the first thing that popped into my head is what I used. Congratulations. Thank you, X-Scythe. Oh, all this talk of food reminded me that my mom and I are essentially going to have a second Thanksgiving because, like, the actual Thanksgiving over at our relatives across the way was, like, kind of chaotic and crazy. So we want to have a nice quiet one with the two of us, and we're gonna have it on the winter solstice. And it's like a traditional Yule holiday for us. Yeah, we got a farm fresh turkey for ourselves. She ordered it at the same time that my relatives ordered their Thanksgiving turkey. It's been in the freezer, so we're gonna take it out like 3 days in advance so that it can thaw thoroughly. I'm so excited. And then we'll have mashed potatoes and corn and biscuits and croissants maybe. And like deviled eggs. I like the last time that I had one of her farm fresh turkeys was like 4 years ago. And like ever since then, like I've always had Thanksgiving at another person's place. So it'll be nice to have like the juicy farm fresh turkey again. Sorry to hear it was chaotic. It sounded like they needed some chaos control. Yeah, absolutely. It's always chaotic over there. E. I still like that shadow emote with the sunglasses. Not sure what Yule means. Yule is a pagan holiday that happens on the winter solstice every year, which is December 21st. And traditionally, it's celebrated with the burning of a large Yule log in the fireplace. And it's kind of a way to celebrate like the bountiful harvest of the year. And I'm still new to it, but I think it'll be really interesting. I'm the coolest. Yeah, ancient pagan winter solstice holiday. Blup. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also the longest day of the year. Well, not the longest day, the longest night of the year. So after that, I think, is when the days start getting longer again, and the nights get shorter. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And in New York specifically, this is going to be the last time that will be off daylight savings time. Once we go back on to daylight savings time next year, we're going to stay that way permanently. So no more like fiddling around with the clocks or anything. Yeah, the winter solstice. It is scientifically the longest night of the year. And it runs opposite to the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year. Yeah. Yeah, my family was Catholic growing up. But as an adult, I became agnostic, and now I am pagan. But yeah, it's really cool how like the holiday season in my family is just kind of like a mixing of like different like religions and cultures and stuff. Like we all just kind of get together and like celebrate with presents and like holiday trees and stuff. Yeah, I have a pretty huge extended family on my dad's side. Yeah, Halloween was like based heavily on like the Celtic tradition. And that's something that I only recently found out. So it's pretty interesting. But oh my gosh, Halloween is like my favorite time of the year. Like I go all out with the decorations and stuff. And with the aesthetics, and I wanted to do more like back in October in terms of like celebrating Halloween on stream, but I had a lot of stuff going on at that point because it was only a month after Freedom Plant 2 had come out, so Maybe next year, after my formal debut, I can like really get into it. Yeah, a lot of Christian holidays are kind of like a melting pot of various other holidays. Like I also recently learned that like the concept of hell was also like borrowed from other like cultures. So it's kind of interesting to think about how like the stories that we share through the generations like transform with time and like with exposure to like other like ways of life. Yeah. Greek and Viking beliefs, like especially with like Hades in the other world. Speaking of which, I'm very happy for Supergiant that Hades did so extremely well that they're making a sequel of it. And like, even though I haven't played the original, I just love everybody like freaking out. Like everybody I follow on social media just freaking out and being so happy and like sharing their excitement. But that could be something that I could try out for the first time on stream later, like next year. Because I've heard that it's like very good for a roguelite. Yeah, and like the idea of like cultures and religions like changing over time is carried over into like modern media, like the way that Marvel has like their telling of like Norse mythology. So that's really cool. And I learned a lot more about Norse mythology when I was living in Europe because like I lived in Sweden and Denmark. So it's really cool seeing like their take like straight from the source. And like I gained a lot more appreciation for like Norse like myths and how they apply to like some aspects of American culture. Enter the Gungeon is a very good roguelite to start with. Yeah, I've played roguelites before, just not on stream before. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the character designs in the Hades series as well. Like they really like went to town to breathe new life into like the Greek legends. Game Awards was extremely fun this year compared to every other year. Yeah, I've seen like bits and pieces of it. Like it's so wholesome, like the way everybody like reacted positively to that flute guy. And like how like the outpouring of support for him like made him like post about it on social media, like thanking everybody. That was so cool. And then there was that prank at the end with that guy who was arrested. That was weird. Yeah. Could use some more Eastern European mythology representation in modern media. Yeah, like part of the motivation for like Freedom Planet 2 having like bits of Filipino mythology is like, well, Dawn, of course, she is half Filipino and also our assistant producer, but like the way it kind of like meshed like really well with the established lore of the original Freedom Planet, like it felt like Destiny in a way. And I also really enjoyed like shining a spotlight on like a mythology that's often overlooked. Like the whole tale of Bakunawa the Moon Eater. That was super fun to interpret in a video game context. So I'm very happy for Dawn's help with that. Like providing the cultural context and everything. And like an extra thank you to her mother as well for also helping out a little bit by educating her as well. You love that there are so many takes on mythology in a lot of media nowadays. It's so cool to see where the lore is recognized, but still fresh. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Bakunawa is a Filipino legend. Like, the legend, like, vaguely, like, the legend goes that, like, there is this, like, dragon that was, like, going to eat the moon, and then the people living on Earth, started making a lot of noise by, like, banging pots and pans and stuff to try and scare it away. Yeah, the Philippines are, like, it's like a huge melting pot of, like, different, like mythologies and stuff. It comes from like the different cultures that have visited the island over the years, and like with like Spanish colonials like taking over the island at one point, and that caused like a lot of Spanish influence to mix with the culture as well. And like they not only have like moon-eating dragons and like demons that can split their own bodies in half, and they have like trolls and goblins and all that. It was really interesting, the research. Ah, okay. The Bakunawa ate 6 moons, but it was scared off before it could eat the last one. Yeah, Perusa is like, much like the mainland of Avalis is based on like Three Kingdoms China. Perusa is like based off the Philippines. And like Perusa itself is a Filipino word, and I think it means like dangerous or something. I can't remember the exact translation. And some of the stage names of the stages in Perusa are like Filipino words as well, and some of them are like flipped backwards. Like Zulan Jungle, for example, is like the Filipino word for jungle, but reversed. Oh, right. Perusa means punished in Filipino. Well, in Tagalog. Yeah. Love Freedom Planet 2. Very detailed and rich with entertainment. Oh, thank you, Darkrai. Yeah, the team and I are still in a bit of a burnout period right now, but I'm steadily making progress on the soundtrack release, and once I get back into the swing of like programming side of things, there's a few bugs that I want to fix specific to speedrunning. Like in classic mode, the ending is unskippable, which adds like a minute to like speedrun times. So we want to figure out how to fix that without inadvertently affecting the other gameplay modes. And we also want to figure out a way to apply like the same rapid fire thing that we applied to Carol to Mila's Cube Blaster, because it's been hurting some speedrunners' hands. And like, I personally don't think that using a turbo controller is cheating in this context, but I'll see if I can think of a way to like add that feature directly into the game without messing up like her control scheme, like muscle memory. Yeah. Skippable classic credits inbound. Let's go. Yeah, I lurk in the speedrunning Discord, so I kind of keep an eye out for quality of life changes that they might appreciate. Hand fix. Yeah, Carol had that issue too with her punch combo since it's so strong. But that was an easy fix, thankfully. We just made it so that holding the button down makes her punch at the highest speed possible. Is it possible to make the palace courtyard boss not respawn to checkpoint? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but Let's see. Oh, good luck in class today, Runaway. Yep. This is a teaser of my model debut that is going to be in January. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I also have an Instagram page now, which I posted the link for that in the Discord. But yeah, I'm going to refrain from sharing the teaser poster on my Twitter for now because there's an artist that I really want to commission who is following me, and I don't want them to like feel added pressure to pick me because like they're going through an application process. So I will wait until I find out if I was chosen or not before teasing my model on Twitter. Hoping you are chosen. Thank you, Alex. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, but also very excited. I hope I'm picked. If I'm not, I have a backup plan. Like, it's something that I could like probably put together myself, but I would much rather like focus on other things. And I really love this person's style, so yeah, I hope it works out. But if not, no big deal. Either way, I wish them the best. Thank you, Darkrai. Good luck. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, there's a lot of cool like mythological like beasts that you can reference in like character designs and stuff. And the backup plan is amazing, so we got nothing to fret too much about. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. I have a question about the post-credit scene from the good ending of FP2, but is it okay to talk about spoilers? Yeah. I would recommend asking your question in the Galaxy Trail Discord server because they just lifted the spoiler rule. They just lifted the spoiler rule, so you can post spoiler questions in the FP2 channel. I'm still a little weary about it on my stream because I don't know if people who haven't played through the whole game are going to watch it later and then see that. At least until the console versions come out in the summer next year. Then it should be fine. Oh, that's right, Alex. You haven't played it yet either. Okay. Yeah. Then we can just keep it to the Discord server. But I hope you enjoy it when you have the time for it, Alex. Take your time, of course. I can tell that you're busy this time of year. I'm gonna love it. Yeah. You better. No, I'm just kidding. It's been nonstop since October. Oh my goodness, I can imagine. It was an epic game. Yes, it was. I am so proud of our team. Oh my goodness. Like, in some ways, like, I'm upset that I can't experience the game for the first time. But in other ways, like, it kind of feels like I'm living through, like, the ending. And it still kind of makes me emotional to think about how the game's actually done now and is not a significant part of my life anymore. So, like, it's kind of like I went through my own story arc as, like, a completely separate character. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh, that was a thing. Okay. So I've been looking for lounge chairs because I want to spoil myself and get an actual good lounge chair in the living room, especially with my left foot acting up recently, because I really need to get something that can like recline well and supports my back and my feet. So I was browsing through different websites, like looking at like Scandinavian lounge chairs, because I heard they're really good for back support. And I guess I got very close to ordering one from this website that was in the US, because like I'm not going to import it from overseas because it's going to take too long. It's not going to be here before Christmas. So I went to like a US store that happened to have those kinds of chairs in stock. I added it to my shopping cart and then I forgot about it, and then I ended up ordering the same chair from Amazon. But that other like website just called me and they mentioned that it was still in my shopping cart and asked me if I had any questions, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I bought the same chair from Amazon." And the guy like audibly said, "Aw." And then he was like, "Okay, take care, goodbye." Oh, I feel like I broke his heart. Whatever. He shouldn't have called me. Rocket lawn chair. It's from the chair I bought is from a company called Fjords. And like there are two companies that I was looking at. One was Fjords and the other was what was it called? But yeah, there's two of them, and the Fjords was the cheaper one, but still had comparable quality. So I got myself a nice gothic black lounge chair with a separate ottoman, so I can like actually rest my feet on something other instead of having them hang in the air all the time. Yeah, like the current lounge chair I have is too small. Like the reclining part is too small for my legs. And I'm hoping that since this chair is a little bigger and comfier, that it will give enough room for both my puppies to sit on my lap instead of just Paige. Yeah, calling me about something that was in my shopping cart. Ugh. They did email me to remind me, so I don't know why they called me. Man, why do they gotta guilt trip me like that? Yeah. Okay, so instead of your question, you'll just say that you appreciate all the references to the comic specifically. You'll leave it at that. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, Scatterbrain Pete. Yeah, well, I have a feeling I know why he knew my phone number, because like I put it in my shopping cart and I made it far enough in the ordering stuff to put in like my name and address and phone number and stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that to him. No thanks, I bought the same chair from Amazon. It's your fault for putting me on the spot. Yeah, I don't feel bad. Mm-mm. Hello, we are here to talk about your car's extended warranty. I remember when that was a huge problem. I haven't gotten that kind of phone call in a while, though, so I think they're pretty much all blocked by this point. You had a walk today and saw two small dogs playing with each other. But get this, one dog was lazy and didn't care while the other kept rolling it and so on. Aw. That was cute. Yeah. Yeah, there's another spam call that we dealt with a lot earlier this year where, like, we would pick it up and it would be like a gruff, like, southern-sounding guy being like, "Is this the head of the household?" And, like, it got to the point where, I would say, "No, one moment, please." And then I wait a few seconds as if I'm getting the head of the household, and then I hang up. So I just kind of stall him so that it takes more time for him to call the next customer. Well, not customer, the next victim. And he says it the exact same way every time, so I'm inclined to believe that it's a bot. Yeah, they guilt trip you. And, like, you just have to remember that, like, if it's something serious, like, if they tell you that a bill is due, or they're gonna, like, prosecute you or something, but you just have to remember that, like, legitimate companies aren't gonna call you that way. They're gonna send you an email or something. And even then, the email could be spam. Gosh, I've gotten some weird spam emails lately. And there's some that look kind of convincing because they're masquerading as websites that I have accounts on and use regularly. But you always have to make sure to check the email address of the sender, because they can make their name appear like a legitimate website, but if you click on it and see the actual address, it'll be like a bunch of numbers, and then the jig is up. You got a call once saying that you had fraud charges from a bank. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I've almost been caught a couple times, but like the one thing in common that always makes me figure out what it is that their email address is a bunch of numbers. Should have gone wah and put the phone down. Wah. Yeah, one of my friends lately, like got like a spam call, but answered it like a tech support hotline, and they hung up immediately. You once had a bot call you in a weird language voice, and then you call back and you hear a message saying, if you believe this is a scam, go ahead and hang up now. Okay, that's a 100% sign that that's a scam. There's people calling you trying to buy your dad's rental house, and one time you picked up and told them he died. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the best thing you can do in such situations is to just like have fun with it and kind of like mess with them as much as possible. Like, if I pick up the phone on a number that I don't immediately recognize, I will actually like sit there in silence for a few seconds and wait for them to say hello or something in a natural voice. That's a good way to weed out some spam calls as well. Because if you wait there in silence and they immediately start talking about who they are and everything, it's like they expect you to say hello. So that's like a surefire sign that it's a bot. But if you wait for a few seconds and then they wait and then they say hello, then it's an actual person. But even then, it can still be a spam caller. One time you received a package from Postal Service saying it had a package not delivered. Yeah, I got those a few times too. I also kept getting a ton of really annoying emails about winning like a drill from Home Depot, even though I'm not like a handy person. Like you're a winner for a free power drill, and oh yay. I never shop at Home Depot, so thank you for exposing yourself as a spam bot. Yep. I think that's been such a big issue that, because I've seen other people on social media making fun of it. So I think it's like a very widespread issue. Ah, okay. You're the same way. So the hello is actually a trigger for spam calls. I've noticed that too, when ever since I started giving them the silent treatment right away, some of the spam callers will just like be silent for like 10 seconds and then hang up because they didn't hear a hello. Yeah, some people tried spam call using recordings of video games. Free power gel, I could use it to eat cake. You live in Latvia, scammers who call you speak Russian and you immediately hang up. Oh, yeah. Language difference is another surefire sign. Snail Mail kept giving us the, you may have just won $1 million. Yeah. When I was living with my dad, he still used to get those all the time. And he developed a very, like, high propensity for telling when one of those is, like, immediately a scam. Yeah. Where are my puppies? Okay, there they are. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Wow, it's been 2 hours already. Gosh. I'm not sure if this is the last time I'm going to stream this month. But just in case it is, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna call it for today. But yeah, I'll see you all on the Discord server. Hope you all have a lovely holiday. Hope the weather is being kind to you, and hope you get to try lots of tasty holiday treats and have some nice food over the holiday week. Just hope this COVID leaves you alone. Oh, you have COVID? I'm sorry to hear that, Slacks. I hope you... I'm hoping for a swift recovery. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thank you so much for all of, like, the subscriptions and stuff and the hype train earlier. That was so much fun. Alright, thank you. I'll see everybody later. Bye.